I'm 32 years old with absolutely no direction in life, and I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. And I want to talk about it because I miss old school YouTube where people were raw and vulnerable and really talked about their everyday problems and made everybody feel less alone and more human. So I want to contribute to that. So this is my way of contributing to all of you and the internet, that there's real life stuff going on besides any of the fakeness that's on the internet that makes you feel like crap. I want you to be able to relate and feel seen and heard. I haven't posted here on the internet for a year. I was laid off from a really good paying job a year ago, and when I tell you that I was not ready to see how tough the job market was gonna be, I was not ready, girl. I was not ready at all. I struggled to find a job for 6 months, and I would set aside some time every single day to apply for jobs in the morning, and then I would feel so tired and so defeated because I wouldn't get a reply. I feel like those jobs were probably made up. I would get ghosted. I only had a couple of interviews and then heard absolutely nothing. When I tell you this was the toughest job market ever. I was getting so desperate to find a job because although I was getting unemployment at the time, obviously it expires at the 6-month mark. And I'm like, it's unbelievable to me that I've been given 6 months and I still haven't got a job. One of those jobs that I had even applied to was down the street from my house. It was at home. It's a home decor like superstore. I'm sure you've heard of it. I was so desperate to get any job that I started applying at a lot of retail jobs because I am not too good to work anywhere, okay? I am not too good to work anywhere. I will apply anywhere. If I need the income, you need the income, and a job is a job, right? I applied, I did the interview. The manager really liked me, but he's like, your resume is so good. This is an entry-level position. You're basically overqualified, so I'm sorry. I came home, I felt like nobody saw my potential. Nobody wanted to work with me. I know what I have to give to anybody, really. I'm a very caring person. I'm hardworking, and I felt like nobody could see me. That's just what it felt like. So for 6 months I struggled, and then one of my neighbors ended up getting me a referral interview for her company that she worked for. It's a home building company. Just that foot in the door to get the interview was all I needed. They interviewed me for an hour. They were super, super sweet. That was probably the toughest interview I've had, but it was all good vibes. They liked me. They offered me the job. I did not know it was going to be a temp position. I still took it because I needed a job and I thought it would be a good opportunity, and it was. I loved the girls that I worked with. It was all a bunch of girls, and it was amazing. It was an amazing position. The only thing that sucked was the fact that it was temporary. It was really important for me to get health benefits and PTO and all of the things that you ask for when you're applying for a job. And it was really important for me to get a permanent position before even looking for other jobs. I know I didn't want to leave this, but before even looking, I talked to my manager and I told her, hey, as you know, this is really important for me. Is there something you can do? Is a company thinking about hiring me on permanently? She said at the time, they weren't able to hire permanently, so they were just going to keep extending my temporary position. Based on business needs, they could bring me on, but they could also let me go at any time. I really wanted a permanent position. I ended up applying for this consulting firm. I was the assistant to the owner that owns a firm, and when I tell you that this was the toughest person I had ever had to work with, his personality was almost like childlike, but also bipolar, and he had absolutely no respect for his employees. I would pretty much get yelled at whenever he wanted. He would be happy, and then in the next minute or two he was angry, and then he would have an outburst, and then he was happy again, and then he was singing, and it was just a total mind F, okay? Never met anybody like him. I was trying to stick it out as long as possible because I'm like, well, I know I need the income. I want to save a little bit more money, and this could be a good opportunity. It got to the point where my mental health and physical health was being affected. I no longer had any desire in coming home and making dinner and enjoying my evening. I would come home, probably cry, probably eat, and then go to sleep. And this was an 8 to 5 job. So sometimes I'd be in bed super early just because I was done. I was exhausted. So mentally, I was done. Didn't want to do the things I enjoyed anymore. And then my physical health started being affected too. My heart rate, so I wear an Apple Watch typically, and you know how you can track your heart rate? Well, I would track it every day, and I kid you not, my heart rate was elevated at like 120, 125 for 8 hours straight. Mind you, I was sitting on my ass at the desk. There was no reason why my heart rate would be so elevated when I'm literally sitting down just like this. There was no way that my heart should be elevated like that. And you know how you can track on the fitness app or the health app on your iPhone what your heart rate is every single day. You could even track it by the hour. Well, it was elevated every day. I'm like, I can't live like this. I'm just waiting to get yelled at. I'm waiting, like every single day was something new. And then when somebody else in the company totally disrespected me, that was it for me. I was like, you know what? Not only am I getting disrespected by him, somebody else also thinks it's okay to yell at me and fix problems by yelling at me and belittling me. I was like, no, this is not gonna work. I actually cried that day. I came home because I finished out my work shift because I didn't want to just quit on the spot without talking to my partner, and you know, just I'm trying to be responsible here. So I came home, I talked to my boyfriend, and I was like, you know what? Every single day I've been affected, my heart rate's affected, I'm getting disrespected. I just got disrespected by somebody else today. Nobody's ever spoken to me like this, the way I get spoken to here. I'm like, I can't do it anymore. Like, how are we at financially? You know, what's going on? And I had never quit a job before. I had never quit a job before without putting in a 2-week notice. And this was gonna be my first time, which was a little scary. And he's like, you know what? It's not worth it, babe. It's not worth for you to be feeling like this, for your health to be affected, your mental health. He's like, I don't even know who you are anymore, you know? I quit my job. I'm unemployed. I know how hard the job market is. And it's not like I can get unemployment because obviously I quit my job. So we have some savings. I still have no direction. I thought about getting certifications to maybe get some new skills, to get a new job. I'm not opposed to anything, and I'm not opposed to working anywhere, but I'm also in a stage in my life where I'm trying to figure out what truly makes me happy and what I really want to do in life in order to bring me like that sense of fulfillment that I've been searching for. I always come back to YouTube. I really feel like I should go all in, but part of me kind of doesn't believe that I should. All my friends and family, they have seen my channel and they're like, you have so much potential. You need to stick to it. Don't give up on yourself. And they just see so much more in me than I see in myself. I don't know where to go from here. I do want to post more on YouTube and then also continue to look for a job. If nothing else, I know YouTube will help me document my life, possibly help others. And if nothing else, that is enough. For me, at least, that is enough. And if it does become a part-time gig, that would be phenomenal. That would mean the world to me. We could be doing better in so many aspects of life, but I think that's part of life, is just trying to figure it out and being the best person that you can be to this world. Being humble and being kind is all that truly matters, and loving yourself. You can't forget that. I'm going to continue to stay positive, continue to apply for jobs, seeing if there's anything out there that truly piques my interest. Hopefully I can continue to make videos, and I feel like I'm just looking for that sign from you guys to tell me, you know what, this is for you. But I know that at the end of the day, I need to do this for me. If you're struggling with any of the topics that I've mentioned, feel free to leave a comment, and keep the comments very positive, very kind. If you have negative things to say, this is not the place or the time. I am not looking to get any type of pity or anything like that from anybody. I'm simply just putting this video out there so somebody can relate and feel like they are heard and not alone, and be able to also continue to push themselves to be a better version of themselves. Just know that all this shall pass. This is temporary, and this is needed to get you to the next step that you have either been procrastinating or ignoring, or simply just not believing that you can. Hope this video was helpful. I will see you guys hopefully in the next video.